Afternoon. Hope everyone's doing well. Today will be a bit of a shorter stream, be a quick one. And what we'll be working on is this vintage Tudor Oyster Date. Show you the dial side. And there's the dial. So the plan for today is a very quick one. Get this stripped down, ready for the machine. That can be ready for assembly next week. And yeah, hope everyone's had a wonderful weekend. And happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. That's partly why it's going to be a short one. I've got plans this afternoon. So let me crack on and get this stripped down. Got the Amiga out of the machine earlier. This was the one that we had some rust issues on. But they've now been dealt with. Well, the rust has been dealt with, it's been cleaned. So that'll be another watch to assemble later. There we go. And this movement is a predecessor to like the 2824. So you'll see quite a few similarities. Unfortunately, you won't be able to watch for too long, but look forward to watching it later. You have a Royal as well. But yeah, today will be a shorter stream, so it's only going to be like an hour or so, hour or two. Yeah, I've never owned a Royal myself, but I do like the look of them. The only Tudor I've owned in the past was a Date 8. That was a few years back now. Okay, it's automatic. So the way to get the rotor off of the automatic is a screw from the back. So you have to unscrew it from the back in order to take your rotor off. Whereas obviously in the more modern 2824s, the screws from the front. Just one of the differences. But let me just strip down the automatic, seeing as I have it out now. But hope you have a good weekend. Yeah, I haven't got too much time today, so that shan't be too long. And there's a screw with a slot in it that you have to move aside in order to take out the two reversing wheels. There's the first one. there's the second. So that's the automatic all stripped down. And focus back onto the main movement. Two clamp screws, one here, one here. Looks like my screwdrivers could do with some sharpening. Looking a little bit dull. Okay, so I've just loosened the setting lever. So now stem and crown comes out. Turn it over. Should have just fallen, but it's a tiny bit of persuasion. There we go. Movement just falls out. Sadly, the lights kind of make a glare on the dial for the cameras. Take out the movement ring. Looks very clean. Yeah, it does. It does look very clean. At the moment, I can't really see a build-up of any dirt, gunk, or anything. No signs of any rust or water ingress. Maybe a little bit around the stem, now that I'm looking at it. But it's very minor. Right, let's get this dial and hands off. I'll let the seconds hand go so it's opposing the hour a minute. Ugh, clearly a bit tired this morning. Right, hands are off. Let's take off the dial. Got 2 dial feet screws. So now, with those dial feet screws loose, the dial should just come off. There we go. Fantastic. Dial hands are off. And now we've just got the movement. You just turn the light down a little bit. It's creating a very bright reflection. Making sure cameras are focused. Okay, so now we're on to the dial side, underneath the dial. I'm actually just going to quickly tighten up the two dial feed screws that I had to loosen. And those two are now tight. Taking off the hour wheel as well as the washer. Washer is off. Crank wheel put aside. It's not feeling very stable on this movement holder, so I'm going to put it to a clamp. Just have a better grip of it. Feels a bit loose and flimsy. Setting wheel stuck to the mechanism cover. Take out the minute wheel. Nearly ready to take out the date disc. And I can immediately see it wants to discharge that tension spring. The whole plate just raised, so I want to be careful here. Okay, date disc is out. I was feeling a bit concerned about that. I was going to lose something, but that's fine. Yeah, putting this back together is not going to be too fun because it's all under heavy tension, quite loose and flimsy, and very easy for it to just spring out. Be very, very careful. That's for the assembly. Okay, so that's everything on the dial side stripped down with the exception of the keyless. Turn it over, and we can start the other side. I'm just going to start by cutting the power. So I'll give it a half wind, which will allow me to push the click back. Hold the click, control the discharge. I'm just going to move the crown out the way completely, so I now know there is no power being held by the ratchet. Remove the balance. Let's flip it over, put it away for the time being. Now I'm going to take out the ratchet wheel. I'm just going to leave the crown wheel in for the time being. We'll come around to that in a sec. Come back to that. Just going to move around to the pallets. Pallets removed. Let's take out the train. Two screws holding down the train. I'll put that aside just for the time being because I want to peg those jewels. Remove what I can of the train works. We'll leave the great wheel in until the barrel bridge is out, which will be next. Let's get my black screwdriver. But yeah, the movement looks very clean. No major issues arisen, so hopefully it's a straightforward service. Time will tell. Ooh. 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 What on earth? Okay, so the barrel's open. Barrel is open. That's not what caught my attention. You can probably see it just from the camera. There's a massive dent in the barrel. Right here. Excuse me. Ugh, hay fever. There's a massive dent in the barrel, and I'm not sure how that's got there. I've never seen that. It almost looks intentional. But at the same time, it looks like it's poking the mainspring out from the other side. So I may have to, once I've got the mainspring out, try and flatten it. That'd be good fun. Let me poke out the barrel arbor. Take out the mainspring. We see what the damage is from the other side. Actually, it's probably too big of a barrel arbor to do that. Yeah, it's too big. There we go. Okay, barrel arbor is out. Let's take out the mainspring. Let's see what the damage is on this barrel. How on earth? I've never seen anything like this before. It's more than a dent, it's a straight up hole. It's a hole going straight through the barrel. It's creating a high spot on the inside, and I reckon that's pushed the mainspring up, causing the barrel cap to pop off. Interesting. But I do reckon it can be used. I'll just have to take a staking set and flatten that out. Very peculiar. Not something you see every day. Okay, so this crown wheel is a bit funny because it has its own, I guess, threaded section independent of the plate. Ooh. There we go. So yeah, this is the thread that holds the crown in place. There's your crown wheel, and there's your barrel bridge. So now we've got a pretty bare base plate. Just gonna turn it over. We'll take out the keyless, then the balance jewel. We'll get everything pegged and cleaned. And that'll be ready for the cleaning machine. The only thing I'm going to leave in is the setting lever, because that can be quite a pain to refit. Setting lever spring's good. Sometimes they break, but that one's fine. Try and undo this yoke spring. Keep my finger over it just to prevent it from pinging loose. There comes the yoke. And then we've just got the setting lever that's holding the stem in. Just loosened the setting lever just a little bit. Tighten that back up. Winding and sliding pinions fell out. Now we've just got a bare base plate I'm going to start now cleaning the jewels, give them a pre-clean. Just make sure all the surfaces of the jewels are clean. Oh, you're going to give me 1 second. Someone's trying to phone me. And I'm back. Alright, back to cleaning these jewels. And the last thing I've got to do is take out the balance jewel. Balance jewel is out. Just going to refit the balance. We'll take out the jewel for the balance cock. It looks like my red screwdriver could do with sharpening a little bit. Something to do next week. Beautiful. Okay, that is now the watch stripped down. Nothing too complicated to it. Now it's going to go around, kind of pre-clean everything. Make sure all the jewel surfaces are nice and clean. And this will be a watch I'll assemble next week. This will just be a very short stream, as we've got plans today. Starting to now upload shorts as well. So the first one went up early hours this morning. Going well. What I'll do before I go, because yesterday on test we had the Seiko and the Rolex. I did check them this morning and they were both going strong, both going well. No issues have arisen. Further testing still required though. I'm going to have to flatten out the dent or hole that's inside this barrel, but I think that should be fine to reuse. Okay, I'm just going to get this into the machine. I'll be back in a little bit. Oh. Okay, so that's now getting cleaned. It's in the machine. I'm gonna have to put this in the ultrasonic, but I'll do that once I've ended the stream. And I'm gonna quickly go and get the Rolex and the Seiko that we done yesterday. Both still keeping good time. What's the time now? 22. Seiko perhaps running a little bit fast. Seiko's maybe running a tiny bit fast, so we'll have to regulate that back. Rolex though is looking good. Yeah, Seiko's up by about a minute, but they're both okay. So we need a small regulation on the Seiko. The Rolex I think is fine, but I want to monitor it a bit more due to that issue with the escapement. Plans for the following week. I'm going to see if I can continue basically doing 2 or 3 hours a day from about 7 PM GMT. Yeah, that should be reasonable. I've now got to assemble this Tudor. The Omega 501, I need to get a stem on order because that's the one thing I can't really use. And I also want to do the long jeans that I showed yesterday on stream, the automatic, the 2892. So I've still got some more watches to showcase, and I'm also hoping to start shooting a video for a Trenton pocket watch. I've still got the Waltham to do as well. So still plenty to be done. And then, yeah, I'm also going to hopefully upload maybe 2 YouTube shorts a week. a daily live stream, and perhaps a main channel video. I might be able to get 1 or 2 a month. But yeah, that's how it's looking at the moment. Okay, this was a very, very quick stream. I am going to be occupied this afternoon. The goal was just get this Tudor stripped down and cleaned. So I'm going to have to now love you and leave you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend, whatever it is you're doing. And I will catch you likely tomorrow. A very, very brief stream. Thank you for joining, and I'll see you later. Take care.